All right. So again, we're going to try to work on paper. All right, except for the reviews. All right, I just didn't have time to print this out. So we should be able to do all the evens, and then tonight you can look at your iPad and just do the odds. All right, the solutions will be posted right after class. I was hoping some of you guys would start checking your answers again to make sure you're correct. As we go down, we'll get done with the rationalizing, then I just did more practice problems, all right, to see how things were going. All right, again, we've done simplifying, we've done adding and subtracting, we did multiplying, and now we're rationalizing. All right, now hopefully everybody agrees there is a square root of 6 in the denominator. Because there is a square root of 6 in the denominator, we're not allowed to have a square root of 6 in the denominator. So easy, all right? All you do to rationalize means to change it from an irrational to a rational. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by the square root of 6. The reason I would multiply the bottom by the square root of 6 because what is the square root of 6 times the square root of 6?
6.
6. Thank you for those of you guys who were listening yesterday. All right? Now, look how simple that is. So the answer is just 5 radical 6 over what?
6.
That's it. That's all there is to it. Multiplying the top and bottom by the, yes, by whatever the radical is in the denominator. All right? Number 3. All right? So, or I'm sorry, number 4. We're going to what? Multiply the top and bottom by
7.
radical 7. All right, so we're going to put radical 7 and radical 7. So what is 21 times radical 7? That's exactly right. Over what? 7. All right, now you see something. What? Yeah, you can reduce 21 and 7. All right, you're going to reduce the fraction. Notice this is a rational, that's a rational, so you can reduce them. All right, you cannot reduce a rational and an irrational. So we just say this is equal to what?
3 radical 7.
Yep, 3 radical 7. And you can say 3 radical 7 over 1 if you want, but 3 radical 7 is fine. What? If the denominator is a radical, it's irrational on the bottom. All right? So let's check out number 6. It's getting any harder. So now what do I have to do? All I'm doing is multiplying the top and bottom by radical 6. That's it. So radical 6, radical 6. Now if I multiply the top by radical 6, I get what? Not even close. 5 what? Nope. 5 radical 6. I'm multiplying radical 6 times 5.
But that's radical 6 times radical.
Yes. And then I'm going to go radical 6 times radical 6, and what's that?
But I thought when there was radical, it was the normal. Oh, okay.
All over what?
6.
Now, what some people do is they take the 6 and the 6 and they cross it out. You cannot. Things bounded by addition or subtraction, you cannot reduce. You can only reduce through multiplication. You can only reduce through multiplication. All right. Anybody have any? All right, here we go. Number 8. What am I doing? Multiplying by radical 13. And that is nothing to it. Nothing at all. What's that?
You have to write like 7.
Yeah, I wouldn't write just the answer if I were you. Here we go. Number 10. What am I doing?
Radical 6.
That's it. It's the same problem. Multiplying the top and bottom by radical 6. So when I multiply radical 6, what's radical 6 times radical 6?
6.
Times 3. 18, right? Minus,
Radical.
no,
Radical 30.
radical 30. All over
6.
6.
Okay. Oh, no.
Can you reduce things
No.
bounded by addition or subtraction? No.
Could you also do
I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do radical 5? It's only the denominator that I care about. Right? Like I said, I don't know why. That's a rule, but it's a rule. Yes.
Did you distribute the radical 7? Did you distribute?
I did.
Whatever the bottom.
Denominator. Notre Dame, that's how I went. N for numerator, D for denominator. I'm honestly, remember I'm telling you, I want to help, but I don't know how.
Why can't be radical? Why is it radical 36?
What's radical 36? What is that? What's the square root of 36? Because there's a 3 in front. Right? You can say, no, I don't know. I mean, this is just kind of what we did yesterday. That's all, honestly. I'm not, that's why I'm nervous about how much work some of you guys are doing. Right? I don't think some of you are doing that much work, honestly. Right? I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general. That's what we did yesterday. If I said, Aiden, 3 radical 6 times radical 6, what is that? How did you get that? Right? This is what I did here. I just multiplied those two things together. You understand what I'm saying, right? I want to help, right? But, some of you guys want my help and you're not doing much work on your own. That's what the problem is. All right, that's what the problem is. All right, let's see if we can do better on 12. All right, don't rush through it or you're going to miss it. Somebody who's been thinking, what should I do first? Those of you guys who are thinking, all right, what do we do? What am I going to reduce? You cannot reduce a rational and an irrational. See what I'm saying? This one is under the radical. This one is not. So you cannot reduce them. But what do we know about radical 18?
It's 3.
Everybody in here should be kind of like Carter. Square root of 18 is 3 radical 2. How do I know that? Because 9 times 2 is 18. Square root of 9 is 3. So, again, I want to write this 9 over square root 9 times 2, 9 over 3 radical 2. Now, why did I do that? Because the problem is now much easier. What can I do with the 9 and the 3 this time? Now I can reduce those. Those are 2 rational numbers. So now this is 3 over radical 2. So now what am I going to do? Multiply by radical 2. So my final answer is someone.
3 radical 2 divided by 2.
3 radical 2 divided by 2. Any questions? All right, let's see if I've done a good job. Number 14. Give it a shot. Obviously, number 14 is very similar to number 12. All right, come on. You can tell me about radical 45. What is radical 45? Which makes... Yeah, we at this stage we shouldn't be saying 9 times 5. We should just say I know 9 is in 45, therefore it is
3 radical 2.
what?
Sorry, 5.
6 over 3 radical 5. And what can I do?
Reduce it to
So that becomes, and then
times by
Multiply radical 5, and that equals 2 radical 5 divided by radical 5. For 5.
Wait, how did you get the?
because you can almost.
How did you get the 2 radical?
You're having trouble right now with this, kiddo. You're having trouble with 6 divided by 3. What's 6 divided by 3? Correct? Yes.
So I'm confused on what you did for like the second step. Like from the original problem to the second thing. That's what I don't get. I get like the rest.
I don't understand. Are you asking me how I got 3 radical 5?
Like,
Are you asking me how I got that?
Yeah. That's
How do you break down 45? You just told me.
like a 9 5.
What's square root of 9?
3. Oh. Yeah.
All right, what should I do first on number 16? Reduce. So when I reduce it,
2 over 3.
thank you. And now multiply the top bottom by radical 3.
2 radical 3. 6 over 9.
What is the numerator?
2 radical 3.
2 radical 3. You can't multiply a number and a radical together. So it'd be 2 radical 3 over what? Over what?
9.
9. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is what? Nope.
Oh, wait.
Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is what?
3.
3. Right? And then there's a 3 out there already. So 3 times 3 is 9. Alright? Okay. Let's try 18. Stop.
1.
Not even close.
What is 7 radical 4? 2 radical 7.
Radical
7.
radical
Thomas, what do you think? Joseph, what do you think? No idea? What do you think?
7.
What do you think?
Is it 7 and 2 radical 2? Is it 2 radical 7?
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Leighton, why don't you tell me the right answer? Okay. Miss Diego, what about you?
It's probably wrong.
I'm going to let you know, trust me.
Is it, radical?
Yeah, guys, I'm really at a loss for words. What is the square root of 7 times the square root of 7? 7, okay? Hold on. You just told me square root of 7 times square root of 7 is what? 7. Now, what, does anybody know what this dot means? Multiply. So now let's just say we were thinking back exactly a week and a day ago. And I ask you, what's the square root of 4? What's the square root of 4? I don't know what you're doing. Square root of 4 is what? 2. I don't, you see what I'm saying? I don't understand. Come on, Hubble, join us. I don't understand. You see what I'm saying, guys? All I'm doing is trying to show you the rules, right? And some of you just sit there and write things down, and I tell you day after day, it's not helping if all you're doing is writing things down. If you're not participating, it's not helping. You're not getting smart. Right? That's what's going on with you and your tests. That's the problem. You're just writing things down. It's not helping. I don't know what else I can do if you can't tell me the square root of 7 times square root of 7 is 7. And then for the longest time, I'm kidding in many respects, but if I asked my 6th grade class what the square root of 4 is, guess what they could tell me? 2. They could tell me 2 without blinking an eye. Without blinking an eye. Come on, it's got to be better. We got to do better. Some of you, I want you to do better for your own self. When you're sitting in high school, you gotta participate. History is boring. It doesn't matter. You still have to participate. History is super important. I wish I would have done better in English. Come on, you gotta participate in your education. Okay, so do we all agree? What's the answer now? 14. All right. So now, after we do 14, let's try 20. Let's try to do a better job on 20. Yes, let's reduce. 3. Now, hold on. 12 divided by 4 today we'll call what? 3. All right. Uh-oh. Now we have some problems. What do you think that is? What?
Oh.
Say it. No?
Oh.
Radical 4. Right, just radical 4. How did I know radical 20 divided by radical 5 was radical 4? Because we're just reducing a fraction. We're doing just like 12 over 4. The point there is to show you the numbers divided by numbers, radicals can divide by radicals. So everybody has to write down 3 radical 4. So your final answer is just quickly what? 6. Simple. That's an easy game. Easy. 6. Tell me. Seriously, come on, man. I don't want you to think you have it. Okay? Seriously. You guys, I'm just upset because some of you, I just think you're just writing things down. And I have conversations every day with kids who think they're never going to use math. This is dumb learning math. I have kids tell me that. All right? I don't understand it. What? Do you know that means multiplication? What's the square root of 4? How much? Right? Come on. All right? Like I said, I don't mind if you're trying. All right? The longer you wait, the harder it is. All right, so this is a problem. Big problem. All right? Which everyone could just look at that and say, that is obviously 210. Right? That's how you can do it. All right, so let's figure out how I did that. What's probably the first thing I did? 3 times 5. Everybody can do that. 15. Now, I need you to remember from yesterday. I don't feel like doing 7 times 28. There is a what? Common what? 7. There's a common 7. So this over here is 7 times what? 4. Now I have a square root of 7 and a square root of 7. What is that? 7. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 7 times 2. Exactly. What's 15 times 2? 30 times 7. Oh, thank you. I wasn't even paying attention. You get the gold star for the day. Thank you, Miss Hulsman. That right there, I overlooked it. It's negative. Thank you very much. Negative 210. All right. Negative 210. And guys, listen, I have a week left before spring break. I'm trying to get much information as I can in your brain. You're going to be taking some tests. You're going to be taking entrance exams. I know a lot of people are going to private schools. I'm trying to help you. All right, you gotta get on the ball here. What?
So I understand how you got 15 and how you got like, the 7 times 4. So how did you get the 7 times 2?
What is the square root of 7 times the square root of 7?
Oh, okay.
And the square root of 4 is 2. All right, come on. Diesel, you doing all right? See my pictures and my drawings and my arrows and all kinds of stuff here. I don't have just the answer written down. When you do that, it sticks in your head. Like I said, I'm watching. Here we go. Come on, guys. All right, please tell me what this answer is. Tell me. Thank you so much. 3 radical 5. All right, we've been practicing that for 2 days. 3 radical 5. Most people forget there is a what? 1 right here. Go ahead, come on. Tell me.
6 times 4.
Subtraction. Right?
I don't know why.
Listen, you understand. This is what I'm just trying to help you. That's all. Right? That's it. You know, we've been doing that for 2 days. Right? And listen, even if you're learning today and you haven't been doing your work, I'd much rather you raise your hand and say, help me out, man. I'm trying to get there. But if you're trying to get there starting right now, right, I want you to do it every single day. All right? You can't do your work 3 times a week. All right, here we go. All kinds of problems here. Because I have to do what? Break them down. What's the easiest one to break down? The 28, right? 7 and 4. So when I take the square root of 4, I get, and there's a 4 already out there.
8.
8. So that becomes 8 radical what?
8.
8 radical 7. Now, can someone tell me what probably would be something to check for 112? Because I don't feel like doing it all. Nope. Nope. Say it again. No.
23.
Nope. No. What number? Since I don't know,
7.
why would I choose 7?
Because,
Tell him. Because the 7 is on the other side. Because the 7 is on the other side. Right? I teach this all the time, and I try to tell kids, look, you don't even have to remember it half the time. Find the easiest one, break that one down, and then look for the prime number in the other one. And so now, take 112 divided by 7. What is that?
16.
Magic. 16. Right? Do you understand that, what I'm getting at? But again, some of you are not listening to me. You're not knowing that. Hubble. I mean it. I don't know what you're doing. So this is plus 6. And what was 112? 16 times
7.
7. So now what?
24.
Yes, 24 radical 7. So 8 radical 7 plus 24 radical 7. Final answer, 32 radical 7. Ms. Hulsman, how's that? Good? Grayson? You with me? Ms. Pliego? I like it. All right, working. Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, working hard feels great. All right, let's have fun with the next one. Uh-oh. Now, right off the bat, if I look at 242, I'm just going to look at that and say that's probably a what? 2, right? 2. 2 goes into 242 how many times?
121.
Yay, 121. There's that good mental math. Very good. 2 times 121. All right. Now, what's the square root of 121, guys? 11. Good. You should know that. So that's 11 radical 2. Now, this one doesn't work the same as the last one because it's not even. But I'm still looking at 121 going, that's kind of suspicious.
No, 121.
Try. How many?
2 times.
3.
3 times.
3 times. So this is minus 3 times, what is that? 3 times 121. What's square root of 121? So that's exactly correct. Can I simplify that? No, I cannot simplify that. One's a radical 2 and one's a radical 3. You can't combine them. Good? Joseph, catching on? Thomas? You getting there? All right, let's go. Uh-oh. What do we do for 30? Right, that's what we did today. Good call. This, listen to me, is different than this. So you cannot combine them. You could multiply them if it was multiplication, but you can't divide them. Do you hear me? So final answer for 30 is what? Yep, 2 radical 7 over 7. What? Come on, come on, come on, quick. Hurry up. All right, here we go. Now I got to break all these. Which one's easy?
28.
I like 28, right? We've already done that 100 times. You should be able to automatically change this.
16.
So 4. So final answer, 4 radical 7. Now I should probably look for 7s in the others. 9 times 7. So this over here is going to become, yeah, that's annoying. 9 radical 7. What about 175? Yeah, 7 quarters is $1.75, right? So minus, what would that be? What? Does everybody agree with that? Does everybody agree?
Yes.
So now final answer,
8 radical 7.
8 radical 7. Is that you, Ian? All right, we got to do some multiplication now. Tell me.
It's the one you just read.
Yep, that's all it is. That's right. So what's square root of 6 times square root of 6? 6. What's this?
Negative.
You're right. What's this? And what happens to the middle term?
They cancel.
Yeah. And so what's this times this?
Negative.
Right? Because square root of 25 is 5. So yes, answer there is just
Negative.
what?
Wait, no, sorry. 1.
1. All right. These guys right here cancel out. All right, now what do I have to do to that? Yeah, you write them twice. So here we go. Let's see if I can write this thing twice. All right, a lot going on here because you got to multiply and you have to do addition. All right, so here we go. 4 times 4.
16.
All right, now we're doing the smiley face. How much?
Plus 8, right?
Yep. How much here?
That's 8.
Plus 8. 6. 5. 8 back. Oh.
Because remember, you're multiplying the numbers, right? All right, now here's the hard one. What's 2 times 2?
4.
Don't listen to somebody else. 2 times 2.
4.
4. And then radical 5 times radical 5. 5. But what do you do with the 4 and the 5?
Times it.
Multiply, not add.
Times 20.
Yeah, so it's going to be 16 plus 16 radical 5 plus 20. All right, Miss Hulsman. I'm going to answer Miss Hulsman, then I'll answer you. You ready? What's 2 times 2? What's radical 5 times radical 5? Because I was just showing you. Oh, I see what you're saying, kiddo. You're right. This, I was just showing was a multiplication. And it should be what? You're right. That's a plus there if that was messing you up. Yes.
Why did you carry over the
Why didn't I carry the radical sign on which one?
like the last one?
Radical 5 times radical 5 is what? Right? That's all. So it is. That's why you practice. All right? It starts. I'm telling you, this is how you write in advanced math. All right? We don't always have fractions or decimals. All right? So your final answer here is what?
36.
All right? You can't combine those. All right? 38. I have to do what? So I have to multiply the top and bottom by radical 7. So, all right, now you got to be careful on the bottom. What's the bottom?
14.
14. Anybody else?
7.
No, it's
21.
28. 28.
Why?
'Cause it-
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
wait, no, it's 14.
49.
14, right? What's square root of 7 times square root of 7? There's a 2 out in front. 2 times 7.
But I thought you couldn't combine the inside and the outside.
Multiply. You can multiply. All right, you can multiply. That becomes 14. Someone asked me, oh man, I should have reduced. Yep.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep, let's go back. All right, you should always try to look for the reducing. All right, but it's still going to be the same answer. It's going to be the same answer. All right, doesn't matter, right? Because we then would reduce this right here to just radical 7. But I'm showing you now, which is because I'm in a hurry, right? Not paying attention. If I could have been like some of you guys and listened, this is 7 over radical 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you multiply the top and bottom by radical 7, and that becomes 7 radical 7 over 7, and then you get the same answer. Right? I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how you do it. All right, but you want to try to make the numbers smaller first. Oh yeah, I did this with one of my students because they were having trouble. Last one. Now, in my opinion, it's always better to try to simplify. Please watch. Does 75 simplify? Yes. What does it simplify to? Everybody should be able to tell me.
5 radical 3.
Everybody should be able to tell me that's 5 radical 3. That up there. Everybody good? What about 12?
-4 radical 3.
-4 radical 3, but you're correct. It's 2. And then the 2 comes outside. There's a 2 on the outside, so now it's a what? 4. And now you're multiplying that by 3 radical 5. Now please watch again. Somebody tell me what 5 radical 3 minus 4 radical 3 is. Radical 3. 5 minus 4. It's all right.
Oh, nice.
See, you're just multiplying that by radical 3. Now, what's radical 5 times radical 3?
Radical 3 radical 3.
There you have it, guys.
Today, boys.
Not exactly. Right, no. I seriously, guys, I'm not, you know, I only have 9 weeks left. Right, try to get you ready for high school. Yeah, not much. I'm telling you, not much time. All right, you got to get to work, some of you guys. Now your job is expected to do the what? Yeah, you're going to go back and do the odds, and then I'm going to post it, and then you check your answers. Verify your work. All of the odds, right?
Yeah.